This is a new fun little game that we play on this show, which is who would you rather? Mm-hmm. And in this case, it's not fuck, because that would be an unanswerable question.
Repulsive.
It's repulsive. And I don't want to play.
No.
In this case, it's who would you rather listen to? Now, we've done one installment of this before, and it was Ethan Klein versus Jeremy from The Quartering, otherwise known as Boring Jeremy.
Yep. Most of us would fall on the Ethan Klein side of things.
Ethan Klein won. I do. Yeah, Ethan Klein won. People would rather listen to Ethan be stupid than Jeremy be boring.
Yes.
So Ethan moves on, and apparently Ethan decided to trash Brendan Schaub's recent appearance on Howie Mandel's program. And that got me thinking, well, why don't we listen to Ethan shit on Brendan first? Mm-hmm. Then we'll listen to a little bit of a random broadcast from Ethan Klein, and then a little bit of a random broadcast from Brendan Schaub, and we'll let the audience decide who would they rather listen to.
I'm here for it.
Let's go to Ethan trashing Brendan, because this is interesting. I think a lot of the stuff on Brendan lately has been very nitpicky.
Yeah, because he's not really doing anything.
I think some of the Mark Harley revelations were interesting. But then I think after about 5 to 6 days of the Mark Harley revelations, and then like Brendan sending him a voicemail, it's kind of juicy. All right, then I'll play.
Sure.
But then after that, it got really nitpicky. Like you could tell people were just starving for more Brendan news, and Mark Harley didn't really have enough for them. Mm-hmm. So he just kind of went, yeah, he wears his shoes weird. Like it got really bottom. His shoes weird. Yeah, it got really bottom of the barrel shit after a while, and
he
it's like
crosses his legs like a girl.
Yeah. Well, Ethan decided to get in on the making fun of Brendan Schaub, and this time they were making fun of how tight his pants are.
As you do.
Apparently, Brendan's pants are so tight that they actually turn his nutsack into a vagina when he's sitting down. Now, this is a remarkable lack of self-awareness. If you're wearing pants so tight that your balls are looking like a meaty vagina crease,
a moose knuckle,
you have to change things that are going on in your life. You can't allow that to be your existence. You can't be a guy wearing pants so tight that your ball sack turns into a trans situation.
I don't want to be this person either, but if your wife were to notice that, like, if I were to notice you wearing pants so tight your balls were, like, vagging out a little bit, I gotta say something, right?
I mean, unless you just either don't care about him anymore.
You gotta say something.
Or you two both have just terrible taste. I mean,
don't have your puss lips out there.
Well, let's see what Ethan has. Now, remember, Ethan is a big, fat, giant, radioactive raccoon.
I think he's a toad.
He is a giant, bloated animal of some sort. So for him to judge anyone else's appearance seems a little ballsy.
Tiny bit.
Let's go ahead and watch here and see who we empathize with. And then afterwards, we'll listen to a clip of each one and see who we would rather listen to. Here's Ethan Klein shitting on Brendan Schaub. This is from the TFATK YouTube channel. Check him out.
There was an attempt to convince Howie Mandel that you don't have a giant mangina. Awesome.
It's muted.
So he had Schaub on his podcast?
Yeah.
How many views did that get?
I will tell you right now. Let me check.
Logan Paul's podcast.
Bro, you know my rule about the Bass Pro Shop hat?
By the way, for those of you who think that we pause too much, get ready.
This is one of those petty things, though. It's a Bass Pro Shop hat. For God's sakes, man. I'm fine with it.
Ethan can get pretty petty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a rule about that shit. Just saying. It's kind of a douche locator. Dude, Brendan Schaub got 26,000 views. What a loser, boy. That camel toe ain't bringing any boys to the yard.
You were on Logan Paul's podcast. You had a camel toe.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
So so that's what they're talking about. They're talking about the pants that are so tight that is, I don't know if that's ball meat or dick meat.
It's something meat.
Or what kind of meat that is.
That's some kind of soft tissue meat.
But it's forming a vagina.
It really is,
inside the pants. It's forming a beefy, supreme vagina.
I don't see girls like that.
Oh, wow.
Howie.
Remember that? No, I don't.
That's what you have what do you call that?
Wait, Howie, you are a fucking demon. This is awesome.
think he's learning from you.
Dude, Howie, that's awesome. He would have never done that.
I don't think he would have.
What is that
God,
shirt
he
he's
is-
wearing though? He doesn't look any
so
better.
fucking big. It's uncomfortable how big he is.
I hate to break your heart a little. He's actually lost a little weight.
Oh no, has he?
Yes, he has.
Oh my, he looks uncomfortably large
know.
and he's built so funny.
You're not wrong. He's not a looker, that's for sure.
Oh, he's disgusting to look. Yeah, look, you can be a little chunky and you can shit on somebody's appearance. You can be, but you can't be both fat and gross. And you can't have the fat couple at 7-Eleven jug filled with whatever this is filled with
I
either.
don't know.
That's not okay.
Or can we stop wearing all the Teddy Fresh? It's not a good look.
It's really bad clothing.
It-
His wife makes
I don't
really
get it.
shitty
It's
clothes.
like if you were 80-year-old grandma's knitting, but you have like blinders on, you can't see what you're doing.
It's not good stuff.
It's
yeah.
weird.
He might even be violating YouTube terms of service by bringing attention to his genitals.
God.
Dude, this is the greatest. Howie, who are you? I love this
You were
man.
on Logan Paul's podcast. You had a camel toe.
Oh my goodness.
You had a camel
Oh,
toe.
wow.
Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
That's what you have what do you call that? A moose knuckle?
That's just my nuts.
That's in this room.
That's
Do you
me
hear
nuts. That's me nuts.
That's a
those
vagina.
those jeans
That's a
would-
denim vagina.
Dude, what is even going on there?
I mean, it's a bad look if Ethan Klein's shitting on you, and you really can't say anything to Ethan Klein because he's kind of right.
No, he is right. It's
fucked up.
I don't have anything against either of these two really, but that is funny and that is a fucked up fucking ball vag situation.
I think when it's Ethan and Brendan, I can sit back and enjoy because
Woo.
I really don't care. Whoever wins, we all do.
I don't. Does anyone have to win?
No, there's no winning, there's no losing. That's what I'm saying. It's just like you can just kind of enjoy. Because I don't care who says the funnier thing. Neither of them are very funny. So if either of them can get a hit, get a hit.
Enjoy tight pants ball vag. And
Right.
enjoy other tubby man in
Laughing
bad
at-
clothes laughing at ball vag.
Ball vag guy, exactly. So let's play the game.
Yeah.
Now, before we show a couple of clips, we'll pick a random video from both channels. Before we play this, what is your gut telling you? Who would you rather listen to? Ethan Klein or Brendan Schaub and Brian Callen? Who's show?
Oh God.
You can listen to an episode of H3H3, or you can listen to an episode of The Fighter and the Kid.
I feel like I'm still gonna go for the fighter and the kid.
All right.
I don't know. I feel like, that's a tight race for me, but the only reason I say that is because I think Ethan complains a little too much about shit.
All right, let's take a look. Let's go to live streams. So he did green screen tournament. The crew gives Ethan a makeover. Oh, all of these just sound so fucking bad.
I want one with Gila in it, so I have to listen to her.
All right,
too.
here you go. We're having a third baby and green screen tournament.
Are they really?
I guess.
Oh
No,
man.
no.
So we can't even
No,
say that-
no, bullshit. He does that clickbait shit all the time worse than anybody else.
Well, we can't even say he doesn't get laid. He's got children.
Here we go. Let's do the crew gives Ethan a makeover. And let's just pick a random spot and we'll listen.
What
for a
up,
couple of
everybody?
minutes.
Welcome.
Here we go.
Look how cute he
Together
is.
for the ladies.
Ladies in the room, supporting and leading, all here I presume. Hong Chow, Dolly D, Carrie and Carrie with the C. Dame Emma, I'm so fond. Anna girl, you were great and blonde. Danielle D.
We're actually now just watching Ethan watch something.
Yeah, that's awful. Don't get us popped.
Now I have to go back and I have to go to Ethan talking about stuff. All right, let's go here.
It's so fucking ridiculous. Big Nick.
Why is he so weird?
by the blood of the lamb, God.
By the blood of the Lamb, Big Nick, I beseech you.
That's a
Hail
lunch lady
Satan.
arm. No.
What's this? We have another drawn quartering. Here, Big Nick, I got something for you.
这个小哥正在练习乾坤大挪移，不仔细看还以为是在上行。
Right.
So they're just watching clips of shit all day. Okay.
So that's remarkably boring.
That's remarkably boring and not very good. Okay, let's check out The Fighter and the Kid. Let's go check these guys out. They only have 518,000 subs. I would have thought they had better than that. Let's go to their latest episode, which would have been 4 days ago. Why Brett Forte was canceled. Let's check it out. Here's The Fighter and the Kid.
The workout's not over until the measurement is received. you know?
By the way, putting his
arms in scalding hot water is the
So now we're talking about working. Oh God, this is going to be a tough one.
And now Brian Callen's the one with the tight pants.
Yeah, now I can see his whole. Look at that! I can see his whole cock and balls.
You can see the whole thing.
That's his whole dick and ball.
Callen's
bulge.
always sitting here with his legs just fucking spread like this shit too. He just always has to.
These two just love showing their ball sack, and Brendan's still got his Bass Pro Shop hat on, saying "fuck you, Ethan Klein."
Brendan's always sitting here all ladylike and cross-legged, and Callen's just bearing it all at all times.
This might be tougher than Ethan versus Jeremy.
Yeah, I think this is a close
Because
call.
I got a guest here talking about weightlifting, and then I got Ethan watching some horse shit and not saying anything funny with it. I can't pick out a random spot in either of these podcasts where I'd go, oh, you know what? I'd let this kill time like at the gym or shoveling snow or something.
I don't like this so far.
craziest shit
I've
I've
heard
ever
all these stories. That's why I want you to. It's insane.
And
Schaub is insane.
and the point was to be in his own house and to be
Made no money.
to dilate his
Made no money
capitalism,
doing it.
making no money.
Just for the fuck of it.
Wow.
This guy's great.
That's called a strange hobby, right?
Yeah.
And by the way, my
But
son,
great dad.
you won't have a room because my arms come first, but you get along with him.
Yep.
He's a good dad.
By the way, that's what I want from a guest when I'm doing a podcast. I'd slap that fucking phone out of that guy's hand so quick.
Oh, you don't want your guests sitting and texting?
While I'm trying to make jokes, like, okay, you got a show that's based on riffing and making jokes, and you got comedians in there. Look, they may not be very good. Well, Brian Callen's a talented guy. May not be the best comics you've ever been with. But if you're sitting here going like this, I don't care how good you are. And I've heard people say this, and it's total bullshit. They're like, oh, yeah, I can do both at the same time.
No,
the
you
fuck
can't.
you can't. You cannot go in on a comedic riff while you're doing this. So pull your little pictures up, do whatever. But Brian Callen, you know, God bless him, he's trying to get something going. He's doing,
They're both staring at him.
yeah. And now this guy's just sitting there dicking around on his phone. God, LA fucking sucks.
I know.
They really all just do that too. They're all just sitting there on their phone. They're so goddamn important. Meanwhile, not watching the goddamn life that's going on right in front of them. This guy's probably cool too. I'm just sitting here shitting him. But don't go on a podcast and sit there and hold your phone like this.
But man, like I don't even like if I have something to say to you and I see that you're texting or doing something on your phone, I'll wait till you're done because I know people can't multitask.
It's
that
hard,
way.
yeah.
It's really hard.
He's fantastic.
I got another photo here of fucking animals because I'm digging through here.
He's scrolling through his phone gallery to find some pictures. That's really great for a podcast. That's really, you're thinking about the audience there, pal.
And you know,
There's me with a bunch of, I think these are called,
Lemurs?
those might be lemurs, Bubba. Good guys. I think they might be lemurs.
Those
if
are
they're-
lemurs.
You know what's great for a show is, especially when it's visual, when you show the hosts a picture that none of the rest of us can see, and you can go, hey, there's me with some lemurs. Like, yeah, no, that's great. Let's make this show just about the three of us. Why should anyone else give a shit?
Right? It's just too inside.
I'm actually mad at this show now, too. This is actually tougher than Jeremy versus
Are we gonna
Ethan.
have to go back and forth one more time?
Are those like raccoonish kind of monk? Those are lemurs. Okay.
The Fighter and the Kid iMac. Is that the airdrop?
No, the Chinsuyi MacBook.
Oh, okay. Here you go.
Chintzy.
So we're just
Oh,
emailing.
yeah, while we're
boring.
waiting for this, I have some little news on Jones, right? Because my
John
whole-
Jones?
Yeah, my
Oh,
whole
beautiful.
thing has been:
Okay.
is he gonna be a little rusty?
So now we're ignoring our guest completely so we can talk about something different because this fuckhead has to send an
He's gotta
email.
scroll.
He's got to send an email of his lemurs to the fucking producer so he can. Oh, Jesus, this is awful.
How about if you knew you wanted to talk about this, you send that email before you go on the show?
Right.
Is he ready to go? I got word from my boy who's in at the camp.
Yeah.
Been around John his entire career.
Okay.
He said
Okay.
he's never seen him like the best cardio he's ever seen. 5 rounds easy work. He's never seen him like this.
Okay, yeah, this is fucking.
This
This
is
is dreadful. I don't know who I'd rather listen to.
I don't like either option at this point.
Yeah, Stevie J says this is a hate situation.
What could break us out of this? Because it isn't.
Who's the tiebreaker?
Yeah, it isn't Jeremy.
Oh man,
I don't even know.
Let's see, Ethan Klein. We'll go one more clip. Ethan Klein here. We'll go H3 podcast.
Back when he was on with Trisha, I would have picked him all day.
But
But he lost the best thing on his show, so.
here, let's go with one from 3 months ago. I'll just pick.
The light shouted? Yeah. Wow, that's good. That's a good joke.
She had his kid on, I guess, to tell a joke.
Who makes the largest farts of our family?
Okay.
You know what I mean? She had like a totally unproblematic rise to fame. And Trisha was such a B word to her.
Yeah, you're Gandhi, Ethan.
So now we're
So I
trashing Trisha
stand-
Paytas again.
Wow.
Charlie forever. Frenemies forever, girl. If you're watching, Charlie,
I'm sure she is.
get this to Charlie. That's my thing. I put those colors together. So show some respect.
That show is nothing
We'll come
without
for you
Trisha. So fuck yourself.
Just kidding.
She
People
looks
are-
bomb in the costume.
People
This
are
is fucking
I am
like both of these are I don't know.
What shocked me out of there though is that he's still trashing her to this day. She does not talk about him. She does not talk about him.
I don't
listen to her
I don't
show.
care about that.
That's
I'm
insane.
trying to figure this fucking would you rather out. This is the toughest would you rather. This is the second one we've done, but this is the toughest one. You know what I'm going to say before I put the poll up asking everyone else?
Yeah.
Although Dave Phillips says he'd rather listen to Hitler speeches. I'm going to say only because I haven't heard anything interesting out of either show.
Yep. You have to go on the past.
I'm going to go on like which one am I watching where I feel like out of nowhere something interesting could come.
Sure.
I'm going to say The Fighter and the Kid. I'm going to say they could have a guest on who might be funny. They might have a guest on who does something interesting. Whereas Ethan, whatever I just saw right there, that's probably about what I'm seeing.
That's true, but The Fighter and the Kid is such a goddamn slow burn to maybe nothing. At least Ethan's going to be a dramatic bitch about something.
I'll say this.
I'm having a hard time.
To me, H3H3 is a slow burn into I know what's going to be nothing. Let's take a look here. Let's put the poll up in the chat.
This is hard.
There it goes. Who would you rather listen to, Ethan Klein or Brendan Schaub? Let's see what the audience thinks so far. The first votes are coming in. And it's Brendan is winning this thing with
I think I'm leaning that way too.
about 10 or so coming in.
I think I'm leaning that way. Just I like them as people more than I like Ethan Klein. And
It's
I
tough,
typically
though.
tend to like to listen to people I like.
It's really tough.
So-
Yeah, like Ethan is a genuinely unlikable human being.
Yes, he is.
Brendan Schaub is a big goof.
He's a buffoon.
He's a buffoon. You know, he's my uncles would have called him a big galoot.
I like buffoon better.
That's who Brendan Schaub is. Like, he's not a Brendan Schaub I don't look at and go, yeah, I fucking hate Brendan. God, he's a piece of shit. I look at Brendan and I go, that's like one of the dumbest guys I've ever seen.
I agree with Marquise here. I'd be with Brendan because of the Schaubisms. I'm always waiting to hear him like try to read something.
Yeah, and you could always, see who's
At least I can chuckle.
Yeah, and who's rocking the camel toe that day.
Yeah,
You know,
I
who's-
want to see a nice man bulge.
Whose pants are showing off the dick and balls the most? Sure. So far, the Would You Rather is being won by Brendan Schaub, 82 to 18%.
Running away with it.
So there you
I'll
go.
vote. Here we go.
I Am Walter says, can you make neither an option? Yeah, just don't vote. That would be the neither. Would be not voting for either one of them. There you go. Simple as that. Only 35 people voting so far, but 82-18 for Brendan. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go Brendan also.
I think that's a heavy beating.
Yeah.
Ethan's taking.
How many likes are we at? Let's jack up that like count before we got about 10 minutes still. But where are we at likes wise for tonight? Let's see. Are we threatening 200? If not, let's threaten 200. We haven't really checked in on the likes at all this evening. Oh my God,
sure, we're getting
165. We're right there. Okay.
That's pretty cool.
Everybody hit the like button. Let's go to 200. Subscribe if you'd like to as well. We'd love to have you as a subscriber of this
Smash
fine
it.
channel. We hope we've earned your subscription. Keep refreshing and letting me know what that like count is, so I know when we hit 200. 40 votes in. Brendan at 80. Ethan at 20. There you go. Citizen M says Ethan Klein is an infinitely better human being than Brendan Blob.
Now you see, I think we both disagree with that, so it'd be kind of interesting to hear why you think that.
I don't think either of them are bad people, quote unquote.
No,
I think
it's-
Ethan's a miserable bastard.
Right,
But I don't
that's
think
kind of
he's a
where
bad
I'm going.
person.
I think he's done some bad things to people, like treated people pretty poorly. I've watched that go down several
Yeah.
times, whereas I can't really recall a whole lot of that from Brendan, but maybe I just haven't seen it.
Yeah, I mean, Brendan did lose his mind on that that Bobby Lee shit a little bit.
Okay, wouldn't you?
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I can't always hold somebody to, oh my God, you lost your mind. Well, look at what happened to him.
Yeah. Well, it looks like Brendan Schaub is the winner. We're going to end the poll there. 81% to 19%. People would rather listen to Brendan than Ethan. Citizen M says, I hate Ethan. He is the epitome of hypocrisy and can't even take an L to save his life. Brendan, I think, is a bad human being, not going to lie. Well, yeah, look, we try to make these as tough as possible. You know,
that was between two evils.
We try to make these difficult. So Brendan will move on. He'll do the next one.
Okay.
Let me ask you, since he's already been defeated and he couldn't be part of this one, Brendan Schaub or Jeremy from the Quartering?
No, Brendan.
Okay.
I can't stress enough how hard it is physically for me to sit and listen to Jeremy. There's something about his face I can't stand looking at, and he's so slow.
Yeah.
It's truly boring.
Maybe the next one we do Brendan Schaub versus Tim Pool.
Oh my God.
See, I'm good at this shit.
Yikes.
Every Monday evening we'll do a Would You Rather for overtime.
I think that's actually a fun bit.
Okay.
I don't hate it.
We'll do a Would You Rather for overtime every Monday night.
We could throw Tiger Belly in there sometime.
And we'll go Brendan Schaub versus Tim Pool.
Are they still doing the golden hour? We can do a clip from there.
They might be. They might be doing the golden hour, unless unless D'Elia. I don't know. Did he?
I don't know what happened with all that shit.
I gotta give D'Elia this. That documentary came out. 500,000 people saw it, probably more than that, and it is an example of what happens when you just don't address something. Just let it go.
It did kind of just roll off him, didn't it?
Yep.
I feel like we didn't forget, but he just gets to kind of do his things.
Yeah.
So
if it's still going on, still gets to go on. He just did not address it.
He doesn't know about it. Just keep plowing forward.
Marquise with $2 says Ethan or Chad. Oh, Ethan, 100%. Oh,
Schaub or Red Bar.
That.
Oh no.
Look, Mike can still be funny.
Mike can still be funny.
Mike can
for sure.
absolutely still be funny. My whole thing with Mike has never been, I'm not watching because he's never funny anymore. My thing has always been, it's hard to dig and sift and slog through the bullshit and the jerking off and all that stuff to get to anything that might be funny. And there's a lot of personal vendettas now that are involved. And it's not as funny when it's a personal vendetta. I liked that cocky little shithead from Chicago.
God, I did too.
That's the guy I liked. I like that cocky little shithead from Chicago.
I think that's what it is.
Who never got personally involved. He just kind of made fun of people. And now it's almost like there's something personal at stake for him, and it takes some of the funny out of it.
I was in love with him and his show when it was season 18, 19, and some of the 20.
Yeah.
And it's really... it makes me sad to go listen and try to sift through something else when I used to feverishly look forward to the next one.
Yeah,
it's not the same feeling.
I would use the term trudge. I think trudging
is
a good word.